Hello and welcome back to the China Dota 2 Supermajor. That's right, Shiva's had a bit of a makeover, changed over. Of course, we're going for a double hosting at this particular tournament. Thanks to Shiva for the first two series. Now you've got me to put up with for the last two series, and a couple of great series ahead of us as well as we decide the fate of all the teams in Group B, or all bar one anyway. We've got three men alongside me who we've kind of got like a memeing sandwich going on. Gods is going to bookend one end, and we've got a couple of memers in between. How you doing, gents?
That's a pretty messed up sandwich. So he's on the outside.
I like the sandwich. Yeah, with the bread.
Oh,
well,
you two are the bread.
You guys are the meat.
Okay.
You're going to give us the substance.
What kind of meat would you consider a meme sandwich, though?
Well, I don't know.
Like,
what are memes made? Henrik would know what memes are made of, surely.
He is the meme master.
No, I don't know what you guys talking about. Sandwiches? What is this?
You don't like
sandwiches? I guess you're from Annie. You like to eat a lot.
Do you know what spam is?
Yeah, like ham or something.
No, it's definitely not ham. It's disgusting. It's artificial meat. Have you had spam before?
It comes in a can.
That's right. It's disgusting. Yeah,
meat.
It's pretty bad. Anyway, I don't know where we're going with this conversation.
You carry on. Me and Gods, we're fine. We're just observers at this point. I feel like I'm Wepas or something backstage instead. Two fun things ahead, and two previous games. Have they gone the way you thought, Henrik, so far?
Who? Oh, the
so
matches?
far, yeah, the matches. I mean, we had a couple of surprises in the early games, but seems like everything's panned out the way it was supposed to.
Yeah, VP winning, not much of a surprise there. They did lose one game though.
Yeah.
So, but you know, you can't win them all. Also, what was the other matchup?
Liquid
VG
losing to Spirit in the first game. Did you see that one this morning?
Yeah, I saw that. But Spirit is not that bad. You can't underestimate them. And EG losing as well. I was a little bit surprised, but I thought they would do better.
Did you?
And the games didn't look that good either, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was shocked that EG lost because they've scrimmed like 3 times. They should be able to win the
They've
first
played
match.
at least 3 professional Dota 2 games together as a 5.
They were very confident, you know. Yeah. But I mean, EG is obviously the story of the tournament. I feel
it
like,
is,
even if they're losing right now.
You can't read too much into it, Gods, can you? Because
the losses.
Well, because we don't really expect too much of these boys. They're all 5 legendary. Well, there's 4 TI winners and Artur, obviously, but it's a 5-man team that we expect big things from, regardless of the fact they've only played a couple of scrims together.
Yeah, everyone always expects the world from EG. If you're an EG fan, even if you're an EG hater, if EG's not performing, you're on Reddit and you're psychoanalyzing what's wrong with this team. I'm sure even playing their first competitive match is already countless ideas about what needs to be changed or be fixed, but guys, it's their first competitive Dota match. Just chill out.
Yeah. And not only that, but they've changed positions, right? Again.
Yeah, but I think this is some kind of excuses, honestly. Like Sumail knows how to play mid.
Yep.
Asphalt knows how to play offlane. They've played Dota on their own. They know how to play Dota. Even if they're in a new team, they all know how to play Dota. You don't need like 2 months to mesh or something. Either it clicks at once or it doesn't click that well.
But they lost to Vici Gaming. It's not like they lost to like Alliance or something.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's too early.
Gracious.
It's too early to say that they're bad or anything, obviously.
Yeah, Vici Gaming's a fantastic team. They've had a couple really good runs this season. We've seen them get top 2 at various events. So I think that you can't really take too much away from them.
Yeah, and obviously they go into this, Henrik, second series of the day with a chance to redeem themselves against a team who can still qualify for TI if they win the whole thing here. It's quite a tall ask, though.
They kind of want to win this, if not only for a chance to play VG again, but for their confidence. You don't want to go and lose 0-4. And going to the loser bracket, possibly going 0-6, and just having lost 0-3 in a tournament, that would be pretty disastrous. And TNC is not a weak team at all. We saw them beating VP, and I would even favor them a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, this EG, I mean, you said we put big expectations on EG, and we always do. When you look at their results from this DPC season, you exclude Birmingham for a moment, the 11 previous DPC tournaments, they finished in the top 8 in every single one. It's only at Birmingham that they fell outside of the top. But is it because even finishing top 8 isn't good enough for EG? Isn't that the reason that we've got a new lineup now? Absolutely.
EG's always been a team that builds to win championships, not to steadily improve, have a few good runs here and there, have one good tournament. No, they're meant to win championships and several a year, and they haven't. They're not doing that. So.
Yeah. Like in panel terms, Shannon, right now, which of you is EG? Is it Gods? Is it you?
I mean, I'm NA.
Is it Henry?
Well, because
so you're not EG then.
See, I feel like this, right? We've got a TI winner, we've got a TI runner-up, and Gods. So isn't he EG right now?
Well, EG never came runner-up, right?
Well, they won.
Third. They won, and then they got third like 3 times. So if he averages them out, that's kind of second place.
Okay.
You know? Not really, but
There's some NA maths going on here as well.
that's the whole point. Right? They're all
Yeah.
NA. They're all true Americans at the end of the day. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what being American's all about. It's a mixing pot of
Have
cultures.
they got any Americans on that team anymore? I don't think they have.
Bulba,
Well,
he's
okay.
holding the fort.
Yeah,
Bulba, Sumail,
Right.
Sumail as well. At this point,
Yes.
he's
Yeah.
an American. So.
True. Yeah.
I guess. Yeah. One of those players is this man, Samal. Now, I don't know how you feel about this, Henrik, but I'm actually pleased that this guy's gone back to the mid. I know he didn't like mid earlier on in the season. I remember after TI last year, he said, playing mid just sucks right now. It's just a bully lane. You just don't get a chance to do the 1v1. It's like 5 in my lane, 3 in my lane. What the hell do I do with that? I just want to go head-to-head, 1v1, which is why he ended up in the offlane, because that was, throughout this season, that's the meta, isn't it? It's been more, the offlane's been a bit more 1v1-ish, if you like, whereas he wasn't going to... He's back in the mid again.
Yeah, mid has changed a lot. Like, we see a lot more one-on-one right now because they changed the tower and so on. And it's really fun to watch. You know, Sumail is quite the meme machine. You know, he brings out the king is back, and there's going to be a lot of memes with that. I'm sure the chat will love it every time he misses a spell and so on. He didn't play super good the last series, but, you know, he can't play good all games, I guess.
Yeah.
VG is a good team, as we said. But we have to expect a little bit more this next series.
I think
And that's the
his-
thing, isn't it, Shan? You do expect a lot from this man.
Yeah, and I think his transition back to mid, it's more seamless than other transitions we've seen in the past. I think it's more about Fly being the captain that's going to be the biggest transition for this team, because it's a brand new person drafting. I mean, I don't know exactly how they drafted with Misery, but knowing him pretty well, it can be a little bit democratic at times, but at the same time, you have that one guy that needs to have that voice. But I mean, he did have an interview, I believe it was with BTS, about the fact that he didn't have that voice. It was a little bit more of a cluster F than we've seen in the past. But I think that's what the team needs. They need somebody that actually just calls out what they need to do. And if they can mesh well, anything can happen. Because on paper, they're obviously, I think, the top 3 team in the entire world. But it's all about meshing. And I think this tournament, I don't know exactly. I haven't really talked to the players specifically, but I think in a lot of ways, this is almost just practice. Because they have to go through open qualifiers anyway.
That's a good point.
Right?
Yeah.
So I don't think they're going to be too upset if they don't do too well here, considering they just got put together a few days ago. And we're talking about like less than a week at this point, I want to say. So, I mean, only time will tell.
I'm disappointed in both of you, frankly. I thought by now you would have come up with a reason as to how Crit has basically was the spy of OG, got sent in to destroy EG from the outside, from the inside out, then brought 2 of the ex-OG guys in. They've now got 3 OG guys in there, which forced Fear to retire. So, so by the end of the season, before they get to TI, don't Mad No Tail then join EG and they go to TI and win? Is that the script?
They're going back to the original Ross. They can bring back Miracle. They're
Right.
gonna poach him.
But will they
See,
end up on
I'm
EG
out
or
of the
OG?
loop,
That's
gods.
the question.
Yeah, I'm out of the loop, obviously.
They'll just merge, you know. They'll just become G. They'll just chop off the first
And
letter.
you can get G as their coach, perhaps, just to
Yeah,
round things
that
out
would be
nicely.
great. Yes, and then merge the colours. Green and blue makes
Oh, they're not green
I don't know,
anymore,
purple or
right?
something.
They're
Well,
They
they're
already
kind of
started
blue
the merge,
themselves.
Cause,
Yeah, they have.
OG
Yeah.
have become a blue team now. So.
That's true. That's true. Let's take a look at the offlaners. Particularly interested in these two because, obviously, as we said already, EG have made a bit of a change. They brought in S4 from OG. And Henrik, you play with the man. You know him well. How is he adapted
yeah.
to?
How's Sam H doing?
I think we want to talk about S4 instead, because he is easily one of the best offlaners, and he's definitely what EG needs. That voice of reason. He is calm.
Yep.
He knows what he's talking about. He makes calls for the entire map. He thinks more about himself or about the team than himself. So, you know, as I said, like tweeted, if S4 can't carry this team, I don't know how they're gonna do it. It's perfect for this team.
Going to be tough, and yeah, he's a great fit for the team. Sam H on the other side of things, gods. Where do you rate him right now?
Sam H is a chaotic offlaner. He's a bit of an innovator, does some crazy stuff. I think he can be very hit or
Crazy
miss.
is definitely the word I would have used.
Yeah, he's that SCA offlaner, you know. He follows in the footsteps of Ice Ice Ice. You don't really know what to expect from this game. Some games he'll go 0-5 at 10 minutes. Other games he'll be the most farmed hero in the game. So, fun player to watch. That's
that
for
was
sure.
good. Enjoyment-wise, you get a lot of fun out of him. It'll be interesting to see what he decides to play in this game, because we are into our first draft of the best of 3 in this particular game. A reminder for you at home as well, this game decides who is in the lower bracket. The loser is guaranteed in the lower bracket, and the other team will, of course, advance on to get a crack at VG. Will it be Evil Geniuses getting a second chance? We shall see. Which way around do you see this in the way that they're matched up? Obviously, EG are higher in the DPC rankings, but new lineup. Do you favour TNC, or do you think EG are slight favourites in this one?
I definitely favour TNC a little bit, seeing how they played against VP as well, even though they kind of got smashed a little bit there, but they beat them one game.
Took a game.
Yeah, and we've seen VP has not lost in forever, so... And EG, as you said, it's a new team. But at the same time, I don't like that excuse.
No.
You click really quickly. Everyone knows how to
all
play
of these
Dota.
guys have got like 1,500 games, other than Samao, who's coming fast on 1,000.
Yeah.
That's 5,000 pro games between these 5 players. They know what they're doing.
And you see in the background there, you see the guy right there, the mastermind. Bulba sitting there.
Yeah, that's the word for it, mastermind.
So, not sure what they're going to pick here. Obviously, for me, the most important ban is Wisp, as always.
Yeah.
Not sure why they banned Nightsucker. I think that here got nerfed pretty heavily, to be fair.
It's been very popular. Last 4 tournaments, it's been featured in the top 3 or 4 most picked or banned. And certainly the most picked and banned at 2 of the last 4 tournaments. So,
well, TNC has picked Undying, I think, every game so far today.
yeah, all 3 games earlier.
Lost 2 of them, but heard a lot of people backstage saying that they think because of the changes in the last patch that he's potentially tier 1 material.
Yeah, I mean, he started coming through at ESL 1 Birmingham, guys, didn't he? I mean, PPD spoke very highly and said, yep, great hero, really does fit most drafts, very flexible, as long as you're prepared to kind of be the sacrificial lamb, just run in and die every time, it's great.
Start things off with a Death Prophet, but yeah, it seems like he fits really well because he's this kind of new era of supports where he can play in that kind of dual lane off lane, but he also can go safe lane and play with like some kind of traditional carry and zone out and deal with these like aggressive dual lanes.
All right, return for the Gyro. That's the 3rd game out of the 4 they've played today.
What do you guys think of Gyrocopter right now? Because I feel like...
Keeps getting nerfed, like, keeps coming back.
Yeah, like a month ago, he was super strong, picked all the time, but over time, it just feels like he's being less and less effective. He's being countered every game. Maybe he's not that important because you have a DP as well, but...
Well, you can't really counter the hero. That's the problem.
Yeah, he doesn't have a pure counter, does he?
No,
not
he's
really.
a super well-rounded hero. He's good about everything, and the same with DP. These 2 cores, it's pretty hard to counter these heroes. They do everything well, good laners, and yeah.
Even like a hero like DP, you think traditionally what are the counts? It's like, oh, burst damage. Well, there's new items in the game. Aeon Disc, you know, like there's all these items that can make up for your weaknesses.
You'll say on disc you don't die anymore to AA or anything like that. The Vengeful is seen that much now. He got buffed, 10-second stun, less mana cost on the wave. I'm sure Mushi will love playing that as a carry now.
Yep.
But not. I don't know if Arteezy would play it as a carry.
Yeah, I don't know. I was going to say Fly's got a lot of games as a support with
Yeah, definitely. Probably a support for sure here. The 10-second stun duration is cooldown is super good in the laning phase because you can run heroes down now. It makes a big difference between being 13 and 10. So, not sure if it's a first pick hero though.
When you have a new lineup, asking this for both Gods and Bulldog here, and you haven't really played that much together, do you go for like the old standard type lineups that you used to see back in the day, like Aura heavy, right? So right now you have Venge, Beastmaster, you put like a Shadow Fiend, something like that, or because it looks like they have something specific in mind because they pick them immediately.
The auras, yeah, they can definitely do an aura build up here. The SF, we did see SF being buffed, but I'm not sure. I don't know what they're doing with
I
this.
believe it was last game we saw Venge and SF in the same lineup. I forget who was playing it.
There was an SF Slaughter game here in the mainstream, but maybe one of the other ones.
It was a different stream, I think.
Yeah. For me personally, to go to your question, I like when like a newly formed team kind of explores a bit about stuff that's going to work rather than just going for like stock standard vanilla drafts. Because I feel like you're going to learn more about a team and what playstyle works better if you're not just copy pasting like whatever the meta picks are.
It's going to be a Sumail Beastmaster. That's what he's used to playing now, right?
Back to the off.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I tried mid this morning, didn't work. I'm going back to the offlane. Sorry,
we lost 2 games. I think that's enough to go back to off.
I mean, there is a key point here, and that was that OG were messing around with lanes before, not just in terms of what they played, but also in terms of personnel. And they would send S4 would go mid occasionally, and Mad would go off lane. So there is that precedent, and S4 is flexible enough to do that if they want to do it.
They're definitely not doing that though anymore. I don't think.
You don't think they'll do it in EG?
No.
If they would have done it, they had a less strike for S4, and they could have sent him mid so that DK was versing a Razor mid, and they didn't swap the lanes.
That's a good point.
That was the perfect game to do it, and they didn't.
It was.
Yeah, usually it's not good to switch lane. Even if you have a hero that's super versatile, it's just better to just be play what you're best at. You don't see no one playing safe lane a lot, even though I'm sure you can. Just put him mid. He's best
So
there.
do you disagree then with OG when they had a Leshrac and they would give it to S4 and he would play mid, even though he was in the offlane? You disagree with that?
Well, overall, the strat, yeah.
No.
Because S4 is so good at Leshrac, sure. But
Oh, so you're making exceptions now, Henrik.
Yeah,
You just make it up as you go along.
you don't want to do that, but when you have a broken team like OG, you gotta try something new.
I think I would say there are exceptions, but a standard here like Leshrac is not one. The exception should be Broodmother picks.
Right. Meepos.
Meepos. Like
Huskars.
the stuff that Optic does with 3-3 when he goes mid playing one of his cheesy heroes, like that's the good exception.
Yeah, there's some
A
exceptions.
Leshrac, nah, it's not worth swapping up your
An
roles for.
S4 Leshrac.
It's still a Leshrac.
And a nerfed one.
Yes. TNC going to pick Disruptor, standard 5 position for them. Nothing too crazy. Gives them some good catch. Good team fight.
ET on the EG side. Are you ET fans?
Not really. Against Morphling, yes, but it's banned. You know, I mean, ET's just pretty. He's a utility hero. You know, he can do pretty much everything.
10 seconds remaining.
I mean, you don't really see him often picked as a specific counter, I want to say, unless it is a Morphling these days. He's just, because back in the day, you would pick it specifically for that. Like, there was maybe a 4 to 6 month period where that was the case. Now you can kind of just pick him, and he can be good regardless.
It's a good hero, and this game, EG's lineup so far, they got the auras, so it's going to be really easy roach for them if they have any decent core now, and they're not going to give it away either, because they got the Elder Titan, one of the best contesters against Roche. And DP being a good hero that takes Roche. So getting the Roche here is going to be very useful. And Cobb.
Wow.
It's a male Cobb.
Yep. I'll have some of that.
Well, they broke the aura strat already. They only have 3 out of 4 now, so.
Yeah, you just want the auras for the cores. And Cobb is transitions really well into a right clicker as well. So it's not bad at all for her.
EG's turn to ban.
Oh yeah, my boy. Love this hero. Question is, how good is he this game?
In the Blade Mail against the auras, you're doing more damage, I guess.
True.
With the Blade Mail.
Yeah, you don't see the carry yet though, so it could be pretty frustrating here. Can't pick heroes like Slark anymore, it's not that good.
Like ET's a natural Yule's buyer. You've got Avenge, Swap, Save for someone getting cold as well. So I feel like they do have answers to Axe already in their draft.
Yeah, they showed all their cores now as well.
What did they change with these heroes this last patch? Quap got the level 25 talent, I believe. It's like the Lincoln Sphere is 15 seconds instead of 20 or something like that.
Doesn't matter so much for her though.
Did Axe get, he got like a base damage buff, I believe? Or am I thinking of Centaur? Maybe
Centaur.
I don't
got
remember
it.
any Axe changes on this
No,
patch.
I don't think Axe got anything.
Disruptor got some decent nerfs. Level 1 Thunderstrike cooldown went up quite a bit. And yeah, and Gyro and Death Prophet both got nerfed as well. TNC picking 3 nerfed heroes.
Yeah, but these changes are always like so small. It really doesn't change that much.
I saw that call down, that first missile doing 50 less damage. That was the fight right there.
We'll see. We'll do the maths this game. We'll see.
Yes, definitely.
Survived with 49 health.
Although I will say DP has felt no different at all based on the nerfs.
Yeah.
It's so small.
Yeah, I mean, Gyro didn't look any different earlier in Paparazzi's hands, did it?
No,
What was that, the fourth?
26 kills or
Yeah,
something.
4th highest, I
Yeah.
think, of all time.
I think in some closer games, Gyro, particularly the damage talent nerf will come into play a bit.
Yeah.
10 seconds remaining.
So yeah, TNC need a 4 position,
5
and
seconds
EG
remaining.
are looking for most likely their RTZ hero.
I like just still going the Skywrath, just pressuring the off lane. The Axe is still really good, Skywrath is a really good
TNC's
laner.
turn to pick.
but they have the swaps to save though, so it's not that good. And again, the swap is really good this game. Save a Disruptor ult, the Axe call.
Yeah.
So you kind of probably don't want to pick a Skywrath because of just that reason. But something that helps Axe lane, because he's not that good of a laner on his own, and EG probably will get a range here.
The Venge isn't the best hero to secure the lane, but we could also see ET in the safe lane instead.
Yeah, he's always strong. You just get some creep stacks and then smash your head in.
5 seconds
Yep.
remaining.
See what that 4 position for Tim's is going to be. Naga's kind of the probably normal go-to, which was banned out.
Yep.
Sanking still there, but Sanking X doesn't feel very strong.
EG's turn to pick.
They're going to go Sanking still.
That's the stable pick. of Tim's.
Oh, was that Caustic Finale was nerfed recently as well? The slow is lesser at the earlier levels, I believe.
Yeah. And Babevsky hero now. What does he want to play here? I really wish we could see some Clinks this tournament, but
my lord. Really?
don't think it's that good this game.
10 seconds remaining.
When is it good?
It's really good in pubs.
Oh, okay.
But
I mean, this is practice for EG. This is almost like a glorified pub for them, right?
So they banned the life stealer, didn't they? Yeah. Well, the next on his list is a Luna.
Luna, that's an aura. There you go.
Yeah.
The old Luna Venge combo. Classic.
I do want some kind of carry that benefits from this Venge Beastmaster auras.
Luna is great.
Basically, anybody that right clicks is what you're saying.
Yeah, something that right clicks. Don't pick a spellcaster.
And it got safer here as well, so. Troll War.
Troll. Boy, he's going to attack real fast.
Great laner.
Yeah.
Doesn't even have to ult anymore. Excellent.
He's going to be smashing those axes into towers. Right then, draft completed. EG versus TNC, game number 1. Gents, let's get some predictions. Sporto.
I want to say EG this game. They got good lanes. Cop is always one of those. He's going to do fine in the lane, and if he just gets TP level 6, if they dive with Axe or Ensanking or something, he just TPs in, turns it around. They get an early lead, they get Roche, so I'm going to say EG.
Sounds logical to me, Shannon.
I don't even remember what the drafts were, but I'm going to go TNC because I think they're just better right now. I mean, I feel like they're a super underrated team. I don't know why everybody bets against them all the time. I think they're pretty solid. And EG is just this huge unknown.
We call this the winter predictions.
Sure.
Just pick the best team.
That's fine.
He still loses a lot, by the way. just giving you that there.
Forget the draft. I'm going to also go with TNC. I think I still feel a lot of confidence in this like Death Prophet Gyrocopter type heroes. They picked up early in the draft because they're still strong even with the nerfs, and I think TNC, they know how to play these heroes very well.
All right, thank you very much. Right then, time to head to our commentary team for game number 1 of this lower bracket decider game between TNC and EG. Is it comfort and supremacy for Samael's Quap, or is it comfort for TNC? Let's find out as we head to our commentary team.
No one's allowed to be comfortable. This is Dota. And this is Kyle.
And that's Toby.
Hi. Welcome. We're casting this matchup. Good luck to everyone who's tuning in, not to have their ears bleed. Let's talk about the game, man.
You're really setting the bar high.
I'm starting low. I'm starting low. Just like the new EG lineup, low expectations. This is what we're looking for.
It's too soon, Toby.
You mean too soon? You were sitting downstairs just like, oh yeah, I got to enjoy talking about this game in real time. And you wanted to start off as well. Like you're looking through the draft and we're like, okay, well, what can we throw at the end? The panel's like, is it going to be a Luna? You were like, man, Medusa will be absolutely fantastic during this game. You're really, really tanky. And then they went Troll.
I'm not a fan. I think that I was thinking they might go for a Slark, but there's the Axe factor. I feel like Troll is a worse version of the hero. They didn't really need something. They didn't need as much damage. Like, you really just need something that synergizes. You have Beastmaster ET Venge, right? Like, you just need something that'll stay alive, that can get taunted, glimpsed, that deals with an Axe Blade Mail, like DP Gyro's timing. And I really think that's Medusa. You have an incredible matchup against every hero on TNC, and the survivability to get into the mid game. Once he has a Scotty, you just win the game. But I'm very concerned that Artur is going to go with this Battle Fury build that I can't ever get him to stop doing. And you're going to get to a point where maybe TNC just runs you over.
Yeah, if it helps you, I'll keep an eye on RTZ, and we'll see if the Battle Fury is coming in for the Troll Warlord. They at least can create a lot of space through their ET and potential roaming ganking of the Beastmaster Quap. So on that front, it's good.
But you just get taunted in a Blade Mail, and no matter what you do, you're hurting yourself.
So in that case, shut down the Axe at the very beginning.
Yeah.
And that's probably another reason why TNC brought Cuckoo down here. So there's going to be Sam H and Cuckoo on this bottom lane. The Axe and Disruptor together against Crit and Arteezy, Troll Warlord, as well as the ET. And man, they're laying into Cuckoo at the moment. Crit really wants to finish the job. He's got plus 54 damage. One more punch will actually do it. And this could be the first blood. Duke it around the trees. Cuckoo keeping the run going. One more Spirits up, but it's not enough damage. Cuckoo so low on life. He had a couple of stick charges, gave him just enough life to survive Crit's attack. Yeah,
this is something Alan brought up on the first panel of the day, about how ET, when you're confident running it in a safe lane, makes the hero just seem even more powerful because you're the best zoner. Like, you just hit a Spirit, he has boots first, and you still can't trade with him.
It's like, we'll just run the Spirit out across multiple heroes and the side camp. Here you go, once again, 402 plus 51.
Yep.
It's not too shabby for an ET.
Yeah, it's just a DD rune in the laning phase. And then he gets 4 of those spirits before he runs out of mana.
I also find it crazy, like we talk about like having a DD rune, but like watching Beastmaster, we see him being picked up more and more as initiation top. Tim's hits the Burrow Strike, Rock Barrage, S4's trying to tank it equally, and Tim's, it's that kill from S4. High base damage going to work, Fly won't be so lucky, however. Gunned down in the tree line, but a base damage of 68 on a Beastmaster, it just makes CSing look so easy for him.
Check out this mid lane, though. Sumail 5-8 against DP 2-2. This is crazy advantage so far for Sumail. He's already harassed Armel all the way down to force the salve as well.
And then he's going to get the Arcane Rune. Unfortunately for him, actually no, he's not running bottle. He's got Null as well as Healing Salve coming on the Courier.
I think that's the right move. Yeah, you don't want to go bottle anymore mid. There's just not enough rune control to make the item viable.
Oh, it's been a good start for RTZ. I'm not seeing Battle Fury queued up just yet.
It's a little early for that. Yeah. Time will tell.
He's at least keeping, like it's just the space that Crit is creating with this ET that's doing so much work. Does Sumail blink screen for that? No, he won't.
Yeah, they're winning all their lanes, so I mean, this is the sort of EG's lineup does hit a tempo timing. Just their first 3 is vintage OG, and that's the the new Captain Fly, bringing some of his ideas to the team. The Venge Beastmaster ET. You had any 2 damage dealing cores to that, and they're going to crush.
RTZ's taking so much damage. Thunderstrike, as well as the Battle Hunger, Range Harassment. He's got 3 tangos left, but Crit's out of consumables as well. This TNC lineup, at least with the sticks, they've got more easy to maintain health and mana regeneration.
Yeah. I love how everyone's just buying a bunch of mangoes. The Venge of Fly has
Rocket Barrage. S4's got the creep wave on him as well. Magic Missile has to come out to keep Tim's at bay. He's got Burrow Strike in 2 seconds time. He's being blocked out by his own creep wave, but it won't matter when Raven's already got the kills. They can turn their attention towards Fly, and he'll go down too. This very aggressive off lane of S4 and Fly, the 2 newest additions to EG, end up giving 2 kills to the safe laner of TNC.
It's not ideal. I think the aggroing that creep wave gets both of them killed, but they're crushing the mid and bottom lanes so hard right now that I don't even think they mind.
Well, Death Prophet is playing catch up. 11-4 to the 14-17.
Yeah, 4 creeps in front of him.
Yeah, he's actually like he's a full level ahead too.
Yeah. It's the XP, like denies are so big, especially in the mid lane. And Quap gets to a point where you get that initial kill with your ulti at level 6, and then all of a sudden DP has a real hard time laning. He'll be 2 levels behind.
We've got Speed Crit coming in. He can't go into the tower too hard, but gets the salve out. Yep, RTZ. When Crit shows himself, RTZ gets back behind the tower. And it may be Shrine times in 25 seconds.
Yep, he just got some regen though. He'll be fine. But it's the thing about
They're going again top lane. Rocket Barrage is out. Tim's able to keep connecting on these Burrow Strikes. Going for the supports. Mango, consume it. Ready for the Burrow Strike. Axis do some decent damage. And, well, Raven gets the kill. Tim's on the retreat back out again. The creep wave takes the aggro for him.
Yeah, he pinged the Shrine as well. He realized he made a mistake immediately. If he goes Shrine there, he actually gets a medium camp stack, and then obviously it's a much faster run back to his lane. But alas.
Well, bottom lane, Crit's getting locked in. It's Cuckoo's wall as Crit brings out the creep wave as well. He has movement speed to get away. 399 up the hill and out.
Yeah, man. Sumail level 6, Death Prophet only level 4. They're about to trade Shrines. And if the Death Prophet dies in the next wave or 2, you're going to see this Quap snowball out of control. And top lane, yeah, they're feeding a bit, but Beastmaster out-CSing the Gyro, and he's equal in XP. You don't really mind that you feed a couple times. It's all about the wave. Kills really aren't that important.
We're about to make it a trio.
Yeah.
This is a good rotation in from TNC, keeping the pressure on the top lane. Not a lot the Fly can do. He doesn't have that saving swap that the VS requires. But no worthwhile. Like this is great for TNC safe laner. So you're cracking 3k on the Gyrocopter in 6 minutes, while the Queen of Pain, who's been crushing mid, sits at 2k. So do all of the cores of EG. Yeah. So the trade-off is still having a very powerful Gyrocopter.
Yeah, but it's just, I've said this a lot in the past, but it's an XP-dependent carry more so than gold. So he wants space, he already has Treads Aquila. I love that he picked up Treads in this game because he wants after the nerf to phase Slight, just because Blades of Attack are a little more expensive, I think that when you buy them at the side shop in a game like this, it allows you to maintain presence in the lane and just a more efficient item.
Dive can't go into Armel. Tim's rotated over. Got revealed out, and EG know this gank is not on. Trying to catch him before you hit that level 6, before there's any kind of mid-pressure from TNC.
Yeah, that's the one downside of these dual supports. The Ven GT, yeah, they're excellent in the late game, but they don't really offer much in terms of setting up kills around the map. It's more of a reactive draft from EG this game. They don't ever really have initiation.
Oh, then again, somehow can just go for it, but Tim's Burrow Strike's in, creates a time Sonic Wave. Armel will tick out the Shadow Strike as Samel was battling Tim's. Does not have the life for it. He has 6 stick charges, so Tim's won't get a revenge kill.
That's that first quap ult. When you're under level as DP, you don't really have much to do there. He just clicks on you, and once you get 300 HP about, you just die to the ult.
It was still very close to almost survive. 1 extra level the Queen of Pain had on him. So the 2 points up in Strike, the 3 Scream. Sonic.
And the Axe down bottom is just completely zoned now by a level 7 troll. And this game favors EG heavily. Like, the Axe is the key hero for TNC. He's their Blink Initiator, and he's the answer to Troll. But in a game where Troll has absolute free farm with all the damage amplification that his 3-4-5 can provide, like, he will take over this game no matter what items he buys if he's able to just stay this far ahead of Axe.
Also explain why TNC's bringing the extra numbers in, but it also explains why Arteezy already senses that the line was drawn. And Arteezy hangs in the tree line. Smoke breaks on Tim's, gets revealed. He'll Burrow Strike blindly to the trees, but he finds him. Arteezy begins his TP after whirling axes, but dunk. Arteezy stunned up and brought down, giving the kill over to Raven. His 7th of the game.
Yeah, top lane, good response from EG though. They're gonna just look to pressure this tower now.
TPs are coming in. Sam H gonna get the call off. S4's in a little too deep. Tim's on the way with that level 3 Burrow Strike, not in range of anyone just yet until Fly decides to turn around. Is for Battle Hunger. Crit doesn't have Stomp. He only has the Spirit, but then again with the Spirit down, Raw to come out. Sam H might be in a world of hurt. Crit gets plus 84 damage. Ready to pump it into somebody, but now S4 is the one dropping low. Sam H with the spin. He's gonna find another kill. It's the Caustic of Tim's that finally ends Crit. And EG just unable to put TNC down. This top lane is just their ultimate cursed lane. They should never have sent their army north.
Yeah, they baited themselves. S4 hitting 6 in the middle of the fight, and then he's like, oh, we can get this kill, but he ended up getting killed.
Fly just going to get dunked. Sam H with the bonus, thinking about the call. Now gets it off. They're trying to bait out the time. 2 seconds to Burrow Strike, but Sam H is ticking too quickly. He's got 4 stick charges. Hides in the trees, not enough to hide, so Samel blinks forward. Gets the kill with the Scream. Meanwhile, Tim's Burrow Strikes away from Crit. Getting his distance. So just one by one, they march this top lane looking for the kills. The Stomp will connect onto Tim's, but Crit has no real follow-up. That's why S4 and Samael is going to follow up for him. Axe to clear through the tree line. And Samael will claim his 3rd kill of the game.
In the meantime, pressured bot is the Gyro on the spot tower. Now they're going to smoke through, place a couple of wards, and look to connect mid. Maybe kill Arteezy's Troll, who will be going for that Battle Fury, so...
Armel's going to start this fight. Cuckoo can glimpse him back if they can get a little bit of extra vision, and thanks to this being daytime, well, they actually didn't get the vision. They just got attacked by the tower.
Yeah. And you can see, I'm a little afraid for EG just buying time in this mid-game. Troll is going to be a complete non-factor, and they just don't have the ability to make fights.
Well, Samel's looking for it up on top lane. He's got the Illusion Rune bolted up, so we got both Bottle on the Queen of Pain and Arteezy with the Battle Fury in his quick buy. Sam H is using the 2 trees that are left behind to try and hide in the fog of war. They just rage him up and bring him down. It is not a fun place to be an Axe. Not when EG are gunning for him.
A good movement from Artur. Dodges the smoke gank middle, immediately rotates top, helps secure the kill, gets the tower.
Armel's going to look for a little bit of a trade-off, however. Bottom lane, they got the catapult with him. He's holding the ultimate. Understandable when you've got 2 cores here as well.
Yeah, TNC has to really have a nice mid-game. You have DP Gyro, 2 heroes that pretty much took Mineski to the finals of DAC. Incredible the mid-game even after the nerfs they both took. You need to capitalize on this. EG wants 3 or 4 items up on both cores before they fight.
Cuckoo doesn't have Glimpse available at the moment. Samael, he'll just wall him up. Mel will arrive. But an easy blink. Samel gets out. The donk is going to be on to S4. Both donks, homing missile and call down. Bought time for Armel to get range for the Spirit Siphon. Samel still hiding in the trees. Armel, he takes so much damage so quickly. Couldn't survive it. So it's a 1-for-1 trade-off. Glimpse is up, but it looks like they're not wanting to fight. This Disruptor wouldn't have been tanky enough to survive it if they pulled back the Queen of Pain.
He didn't have vision. He had ulti. They could have probably closed that kill just because Gyro does so much damage with that max rocket barrage, but we're not able to get it off in time. And I keep seeing this Venge build, Fly going 1-3-1, maxing the Wave of Terror. Not sure I buy this. I feel like a couple extra points in stun would be nice, but every single Venge I've seen disagrees with me, so it's probably why I'm casting it with Toby.
Wow. Make out Caster's life seem like such a dull one.
It's not so bad, but you don't really need as much game knowledge. It's more
especially when you're in my role.
Yeah,
no game knowledge required.
Just talk loudly in an Australian accent and
yeah,
just collect
mate.
your paycheck.
Yeah, they're going for a smoke.
Raven is in a great spot though. I like that he's going to go for the Ags. I think Ags BKB and you'll scale and just they have a nice where this was placed during that smoke. They're going to find our core.
Yep.
He's going to immediately die.
They're going to commit anything else than that. It's the call down. They're holding on to Cuckoo's ultimate.
What?
The
Raven's 9-0.
Oh,
what
yeah.
the hell?
Well,
what happened?
They were feeding top lane. he kept killing everybody. And the one time EG got kills up on top lane, Raven rotated to the bottom lane, pushed the tier 1 tower. This is Raven, man. Like, biggest point you can go for when you think about TI. If these guys can actually make it to TI, always use fantasy cards on Raven. He is fantastic. Burrow Strike, time for that Cuckoo Storm. Doesn't have the wall available to actually lock him in place, but S4 doesn't matter. The dunk is up. Everybody gets a little bit of speed. And Fly hiding in the trees, looking for that opening. Wave of Terror is able to connect, but then the pull back into the call.
Dude,
TNC so punishing.
What's EG doing though? Why is S4 TPing in out of the top lane? Like, I've seen VGJ Storm, I've seen VP, they've all run lineups like this. You just sit in lanes. You're a late game team. You need items and you need levels. You're playing into DP, Gyro, Disruptor, Sand King. They will continue to run at you, very cheap low cooldown spells, and just kill one of you after another. Like, just farm. Yep. Your troll's going Battle Fury.
This is like the problem that a lot of us were worried about with Evil Geniuses. Like, Birmingham they played, they changed their roster, and there was only 2-3 days worth of downtime between that and now. And how, as a team, do you come together and find your own flavor of Dota, your own focus? Like, how do we get all the timings right? And Fly, like, he could draft a solid and easy-to-execute lineup. But does this mean that EG is still able to execute that? You've got a lot of talent, but it's still... There's a lot of work that goes into syncing up a team. And this is what I'm most concerned about for Evil Geniuses. And if today becomes one of these horrendous days for them, 2 best of 3s and they find themselves in 4th position in the group.
Man, it's 14 minutes into game 1, Toby. You're being a little defeatist here.
I am. That's why I said it was a concern, not a fact.
Yeah. I have some concerns too, but I'm gonna wait till later to voice them. 14-6, 15 minutes in, like you're still in a good spot though if you're EG. I think that Sam H is gonna go for the Vanguard before Blink. I actually agree with that. It'll allow him to keep scaling, and the reason Axe is gonna be super good in this game is if he gets to a point where he has Crimson, Blink, Blade Mail. That's where you just kind of neutralize the Beastmaster Troll, and all of a sudden the EG damage output just doesn't exist anymore. And Gyro DP, like there's a reason these heroes are consistently picked. They were first toot. LGD does this, Mineski does this. They're incredible heroes, and their mid-game is nuts. They can transition, but Troll at a certain point will become the strongest hero on map, but it'll take a lot of time.
Well, TNC, they're not going to wait for it. Burrow Strike on bottom. Tim's already initiates, and Gyrocopter, actually, it's a little bit too far away. Yeah. The Observer Ward from Evil Geniuses did see this movement.
Yeah, Cuckoo still...
They're actually coming down. It's a 3-man smoke rotation all the way from the north to the south.
I would have liked to see Cuckoo play that area, but he's actually placed a deep defensive ward. He'll find Arteezy's Troll. There's the glimpse there. They're going to kill him.
Armel, is there a stun in time? There is. The ET Stomp will do the work.
Arteezy in the jungle, though. He's going to go down as well.
Oh, boy. Well, Sam H is the one taking the kills now. Raven will have to settle for 9-0-3.
Yeah, it's just a poor farming pattern, to be honest, from Artor, because he kills the tower, but then he farms a camp where, even though that ward was nice from Cuckoo, he would have seen him from the high ground. He should just exit the jungle.
Instead, he decided to hang around, hope the EG movements to bottom lane was going to...
It's just the disruptor factor. You can't hang out on enemy structures when a disruptor off map can always find a kill on you. Because a glimpse into a TP is just 100% guaranteed you're dead.
T1 tower is still standing for both sides in the mid. Oh, he's homing missiling the ball.
It's animal abuse. Somebody call Peter. What?
Oh. I seriously...
Did it sink in? Did it take you?
Well,
are you tired or something, Toby?
No, that's your American version. I swear you said Peter. I'm like, why the hell are we called Optic Gaming? Sam H can't tank up the entire Ancients. He does enough damage that Raven could finish the job with Flat Cannon.
Yeah, this is fine, both teams. I mean, you can see, even though they are up in kills, EG winning the creep war pretty considerably, so not really pulling too far ahead. As always, game's going to come down to these Roche fights and the Ancient stacks. I really like what EG did here.
I'm so sad when games have big points of contesting. It makes the cast life so difficult.
Let's say, I mean, teams are just going to trade farm. There's no real big timings coming up for EG. Ravens.
EG need more time still, right? Because the Battle Fury is 300 gold away. And that's why Arteezy's taking this Ancient stack right now.
They have the blink on Axe, though, so TNC's going to smoke.
Yeah, TNC's coming over. The Ancients are already pretty much done. Arteezy got one more to do, and now they'll back up. Crit. He'll tank up the gank for everybody else. Blink, Barrier Strike, Fly was considering the swap. They'll hit with the Wave of Terror. As Crit does get back to tier 2 tower, then Sam H, there's your blink call, and a call down Fly swaps him out. Samael has to blink as well. Disrupt the Storm is nice, the Barrier Strike Epicenter is better from Tims. TNC getting the combos off S4. One more Crypt Swarm, not even required. You'll reach him with the base attack. There's still a 3-for-2 trade-off. Tims is looking for a little bit more, but Arteezy's position in that one happy tree. You know this tree is not meant to be there. Arteezy thought he could juke it, and actually he did. But TNC still find him at the end.
Man, great play from TNC. I love Cuckoo's discipline. Saves the glimpse with the quaffling.
This totally looks like a happy tree.
Yeah. Tried to Bob Ross him, but unfortunately, Arteezy's great at Dota, but not so quick with the paintbrush. And they blow the DPL to secure the kill, but I don't really mind that. I think it's worth it to secure those kills. And it's a nice fight, but there is some trade that comes out from EG, and they finished the Ancients beforehand. The only concern, and yeah, Arteezy actually finished the Battle Fury as well, so they didn't lose much gold on him.
Glimpse. Gonna call back in Crit. Crit was just looking for a little bit of CS in the mid lane and pressure, but...
It's like the 5th kill Glimpse is set up. That's why this hero continues to be picked. You see VP still taking it, even after a couple minimal nerfs, but it forces you to play 10 seconds like more passive. You have to back faster than you realize, because at some point, you're just gonna get Glimpse to die, as we've seen time and time again.
Yeah, massively punishing for EG. And they need to be able to keep this control on the map. For now, fresh wards go down.
Look at the smoke that EG's about to use. They're on a ward.
This is a nightmare for them if they do it. They have 2 sentries as well in Fly's inventory.
If that was, again, a really good wording from TNC. The smokes and the team fights are always setting up wards before and after, and it allows them to maintain map control. Their first set was in the enemy EG's bottom jungle. Now they have this nice one in the top wood, so they did not smoke, but they do see 3 EG heroes now posturing in their side of the map. But top lane for TNC is completely dead. They have no towers there, no reason to play it. Just make sure that EG doesn't do Roche, try and secure this mid tower.
Yeah, and EG have actually gone in to do Roshan, so 3 heroes down. They had the level 2 Necro books from S4.
They've got to know.
Yeah, they do. And Tims with that Blink Epicenter, EG are wisely backing up. They got a good Hawk position right on top of TNC.
Yeah, EG can't take a team fight. That's the problem. They want Roche, but if TNC just meanders into the vicinity, you have to back away, because at any point, like, you just get ran up by DP Gyro and a couple stuns, like, everyone just dies. There's no save on EG other than the swap.
It does feel like EG almost baited out half of that team fight. Like S4, Arteezy, and Fly all moved up. Like, they could find themselves a quick and easy opening.
Yep.
And they're not even going to get that. They're being enveloped. The Hawk from Beastmaster scouts out the Axis movement with the Gyrocopter. and they are in full retreat, including TPs to the Tier 1 tower.
And you can see the TNC lineup, specifically the 3-4-5, offer so much threat and reach across the map that EG, when they just get within 2,000 units, they're starting to feel a little skittish. But EG, how do you actually find kills? They have 3 heroes they're set up on the high ground, but if Sandking doesn't literally walk into the quicksand trap that they've set, they can't threaten him because they have no real catch.
Oh, TNC, they know how to get their catch, just wrap around the back, crits in the tree line. He has that bonus movement speed thanks to the Astral Spirit being absorbed back in. This is a very split up lane. Like, Sumail is pushing in bottom. So they're going to get some pressure onto the Tier 1 tower. ET is fantastic at slowing down the mid push, and that's why Crit puts the Spirit down, walks away quickly as Tims is on the hunt for him. He needs to stop this ET from being alive.
TNC, though, you're slowly running out of time where you have this guaranteed teamfight advantage. The Troll BKB will change things. You only really have Axe Taunt for any peel on him, and he should actually hit that about the same time as this Gyro gets his.
So the mid-Tier 1 tower is now dropped. TNC having a little bit more power when it comes to that Roshan fight, thanks to their Tier 1 tower still being up. The Dire is scanning just to see if anyone is slipping into Roshan, as they're worried as they defend the top lane. And, well, EG once again are smoked up. That scan is just worn off, so EG, they can get into the pit. They got the Hawk watching the north. But Disruptor, Cuckoo, he's nearby. That wave of terror, it wasn't visible to the Dire Observer. It's a little bit too far to the west, but they saw the courier come in. A lot of pings arriving, and now Cuckoo, wall, Storm, he'll catch 3 heroes out. They're still trying to finish Roshan up. The damage is high, but they've got the Aegis Immortal into the hands of Sumail. Arteezy already out the TPM, but the call from Samage catches 2, Fly as well as Escort once again down. The ET slam, it doesn't do enough work, and in fact, you still have Sumail. He stuck around for the fight, not to blink back out again. The Timp with the Epicenter and the Burrow Strike. TNC, their synergy is on point. And while they didn't get Roshan, they surely won this fight.
Yeah, they rotated to the dead lane, Toby. They TP too many heroes into the top area of the map where there's nothing to do. They get the nice smoke move by EG, they catch the Roshan. Very risky play, and you can see they do lose 3. It's an acceptable loss, I think, for both teams. And great play from Cuckoo, because this fight does not happen if he doesn't just weaken them so much by 3-man ulting and just completely blind setting up the fight. But you can see double taunt from Sam H as well, and just good play in general. The ET Spirit might have finished off Armel, but he got the Yules up just in time.
It just seems like EG can do no right, at least on the scoreboard. I cannot believe with how much it feels like TNC are just outplaying Evil Geniuses, that this game still only has 1,000 net worth between it. TNC are a little bit further ahead in experience, about 6,500, but a lot of this is in the hands of the Gyrocopter. The Death Prophet's becoming a lot more of a thing now with her Aeon Disc arriving. So a lot of survivability for the Death Prophet just to hold her ultimate longer in the team fight. And this act is becoming what you said he needed to become. No Blade Mel, he just has a Vanguard, but Sam H is getting the perfect calls.
Yeah, he's a really strong hero in this game, and he will trump the EG lineup for pretty much the entirety of the game. At any point, you taunt Troll, taunt Quap, even though they're getting these BKB timings, there's nothing you can really do against Axe in this game, and it's one of the reasons the hero's been picked. So it's just been a favorite hero, specifically of teams like LGD, because it gives you that never-failing opportunity to always land kills on enemy cores.
The battle for the runes. TNC grabbed 3 of the 25 minutes.
Yeah, that's worth like a hero kill or 2.
All about is the monies. Fly might be a hero kill. He's confident to be down here by himself. He got enough money for a medallion.
Something a lot of players don't do. I like to see it where he's just shoving the lane that no one else can really play. He doesn't care about the gold, but just trying to keep it pressured so they don't give up a free tier 2 if TNC just kind of wandered into the area.
It should still be all about like creating space, right? Like he does this, so Arteezy, who did go for the Battle Fury build, like has more time inside the jungles, has more time with Sax. He's already got his 10-second BKB, gonna work on an SMY directly after. So Arteezy is becoming a lot stronger. And do I start the clock? Like, do we start the clock on TNC? Like, how long do they have before this troll will be unstoppable? Oh god, SK. Like, do we take this? Yeah, Orchid Yule Scepter is up. It's a difficult kill to get. More supports rotating over. Armel, they swap him up. Samael's on the hillside. He'll have to burn his own BKB. So does Arteezy, but the TP spot is still coming in. Kuku's TP out. It won't happen. Samael hits him with a Sonic Wave and gets a kill. While on the back line, Sam H was controlled by S4. Roared up. The Necrobooks as well as the board has controlled him up. Raven has no other choice to start backing out, leaving Armel to take the fight, and S4 will fall. Armel claiming a double kill out of this. They bought back on the axe, so Sam H wants more out of this, but they're not going to get it.
Yep, I think if you're TNC there, just ditch the Sand King, right? I mean, he TP's in. Yeah, he's got a lot of survivability mechanics, but you know he's going to go down. And they commit heavily to try and take that fight into the fresh BKBs of EG. And yeah, Artura's build was quite greedy, but when you get to this point, the BKBs change everything, because all of a sudden, TNC's heroes can't just walk over you anymore. Team fights are more about who gets the initiation, who has the vision advantage, etc. And in that fight, EG had all the cards, so yeah.
They were not in the greatest position. Sam H was not their control factor they wanted. And you're seeing more and more work coming in from the Beastmaster, like actually now having Blink Dagger to go along with his Necrobook. That's the initiation that EG was just begging for, because they weren't getting it from Vengeful Spirit.
Yep. I think, yeah, Arteezy's going to go over the Sandra'N Yasha, so when he pops phase, he'll be running in Hasted, and a Blink Roar. Troll runs in, pops his ulti, all of a sudden that target's going to just die. And there is no save whatsoever on TNC, and it's going to take a hero's performance from Sam H to turn team fights if EG's able to successfully initiate, because he's the only peel.
You have one save, right? Well, you got Glimpse and you got Sam H. Like the bodyguard is what Axe is turning into. The tier 2 tower on bottom lane, TNC, they've got the numbers to take it, and EG are well out of position to try and stop it. And in return, EG only get a little bit of extra pressure through that top lane. A little bit more cleanup in the mid. Yep. They're using the Hawk to try and see inside the base. And they do see Tim's TP in. With the Necro box, there's a blink directly into Yule Scepter. That ain't his own. He'll now use his own, but the Orchid silence into Sam H. Fire strike from Tim gets a little bit further back. The ET split up was there in case TNC did initiate. And that's a dieback.
Yeah, no
from
buyback.
The axe, so this is a moment when EG, maybe they have the confidence to keep the push going.
I think you do. I think you've both, you've no BKB on Quap, but if you can manage to kill this Disruptor,
they're backing out. Arteezy has already made his way towards the mid.
He saw some creeps.
Yeah.
It's like, guys, let's get out of here. We're the late game team.
I saw creeps. There's a tier 2 tower at mid. I mean, maybe just take that.
They're not the ones on the clock. They have Elder Titan Beast Venge. At a certain point, you're just going to kill everybody because ET's providing minus -1 billion armor in the enemy's draft. So.
Looks like EG at least is playing that 10 seconds ahead you're talking about, making sure they're out of range of the Disruptive Glimpse.
Yep. And they're playing as 5. Now that they have BKBs, they're a lot more confident grouping up. You've got level 2 swap 1 Venge, so they have a bit of save.
Oh, Armel just revealed himself as well, so Wave of Terror, but you need more range. Level 2 doesn't give you that.
Yep. I like Sumel's item build as well. He's going to go back for Shiva's. Just ensure he stays alive. You don't need an AC. You don't really need like any greedier items on Quap. I like that he got strength as well. You're going to have enough damage. You just need to get to a certain point in the game. And to do that, you just got to stay alive. So 40, 45 minutes, second Roche. If EG is able to get that, I don't see how TNC can stop them.
Good Observer Ward. Saw for a moment.
Wow.
Arteezy gets a blink call into the perfect storm. Fire Strike, Control, and TNC, while they're lacquering on the abilities, they really did not overcommit. That's a huge kill to bring down Arteezy.
So like I said, TNC, all they need is a great smoke gank, double taunt from Axe, and they take a big advantage. Totally should have seen that coming.
Oh, EG didn't. They'll lose their tier 1 tower in the top lane forward as well. It's a 40-second window while Arteezy, because he bought his SMY before death, so at least doesn't lose money. But it means that EG can't fight back and fight this.
There's the big item on Axe now, Blade Mail. All of a sudden, Quap and Troll going to do 1,000 damage to themselves in the duration of a taunt. He became a lot scary of a hero.
They need a way to nullify him, but you're not going to have that for a very long time. Either that or you just take a fight in a different position. Swap out the target, don't let the Axe get in close.
I think that was like the 4th or... Arteezy's 5 deaths. Have all of them just been him getting picked off? I think he died in 1 team fight. But I'm pretty sure 4 of them just him getting caught out in the woods. Crit with him as well that time, but...
Tim's. Blind, Barra Strike. Oh! He had to go blind. There was no way with that blink down he was going to get vision to catch out Fly.
I like the item builds from TNC. They went that early Aeon Disc on Death Prophet. Now the Sand King's going for one as well. When you have this hard lockdown and burst potential of EG, just living through the Roar could potentially win a team fight for you.
And that's going to make it a lot more difficult for EG just to get that quick pick and take the advantage in the fight. Roshan has spawned. Now it's very quick Roshan spawn time as well.
And really good decision-making from Raven as well. He was going for a Satanic. He bought the Morbid Mask, but recognizing our Tor just died and had just finished Sanj and Yasha.
Looking for the death over on Cuckoo if they can take him out. Blink Call and the taunt is out. It's not going to be enough. Zamail, that's the Sonic Wave for him. And two heroes on the sideline. Crit's going to get the perfect splitter, and Sam H. This Blade Mail was meant to make it hard for EG to get the good initiation. But the only thing EG have lost so far is going to be Sumail as well as Fly. They're both going to buy back. They want this Roshan. That's a long death time for TNC. In fact, it's 80 seconds without the Death Prophet. Buyback, she is short of gold by 390.
That was the fight EG's been waiting all game for. They roar the gyro, Troll pops ult, pops BKB, and hits him in the face. And in the duration of that roar, he died. And there's nothing you can do. As you said, if the axe is controlled, he wasn't able to blink and taunt. So
he got one person in the taunt, but there was no way to force damage onto him. Like the Blade Mail was out, and he just he had no real return damage.
Axe is not an offensive threat unless they're finding pickoffs. Axe has to be a counter initiator in this game, or the Troll will do that consistently to the gyro. And as Fly said, that's playing to win. Now they just go straight for the racks.
Glimpse being burnt nice and early on. Trying to pull Sumail away because Sumail is trying to hunt down the supports. But the top range Rax is gone. They cannot take much more, melee Rax, sorry. They cannot take much more than this top Rax just because the tier 2 tower is still up. And if they force the issue too hard for too long, TNC will be ready to fight again. Yeah.
And I like, you know, they did not play a very clean game, EG, but I like the draft and I like that the style that they've chosen here because TNC has been on the clock this whole time, and I think that's the style that EG thrives in. You can make plays, you can move around the map, but you don't feel pressured. And when you have two of the more talented cores in the game, Arteezy just very farm happy, specifically in this meta, I think this is how you want to play the game. Damage amp is so valuable now after the strength changes. Everybody's got 1,000,000 HP. Stack the minus armor, hit people.
It's working pretty nicely for them, and you're right, like they never really got out of this game. Like if you look at the graphs, it kind of held very closely for the net worth, and then this very vertical spike just most recently, and that's what's allowed EG to actually get it into the experience as well advantage. So TNC, they're the ones that understand they're falling behind quickly. They need an answer or they need pressure. You got a lot of survivability coming in from these Aeon discs, but can they get the pickups like they were getting previously? And how do you do this? Like, I'm seeing a lot of, like, I'm seeing the Vision game starting to be played up by Cuckoo, but this is a very defensive observer ward. Do they just get that fight around the tier 1, tier 2 tower on bottom, knowing that EG will be coming?
You can try, but this is a real tough fight to take. They need a pick off, and they might find one. Fly's running up the high ground.
Both have pinged Cuckoo. Well, that's the sentry ward down from EG. A glimpse back. They're going to get that catch onto Fly. And Armel wants to commit for this. Remember, he's still got the Aeon Disc. Fly, the ET Stomp. Fuel Scepter keeps Armel up. One Crypt Swarm. It's not enough. Yes, it is to actually kill off Fly in the backline. Sumail with a great jump. It's still not enough damage. The ET Splitter, that'll do the work. The Blade Mail, Crit almost killed himself on it, but almost is not dead. Arteezy can keep the control going, moving down towards Tim, trying to keep Armel out, but then again, Tim with the Burrow Strike allows Armel to do more work. Sumail Scream. Death Prophet just tangs through it, lets the Aeon Disc trigger. Defensive Fuel Scepter has to go out from Crit, only way to dodge that epicenter of Tim, who then hides in the Sandstorm, and Burrow strikes away, 130 HP. He'll burn the Aegis more than Armel's TP away to safety. They just took a fantastic fight. It looks like they're still going to end up losing Tim's. But TNC fought hammer and tong there, and they came up pretty even against the Aegis and Cheese.
They have to keep the gyro alive, though. They're never going to really win a decisive fight unless gyro can stay alive for the duration.
That's why he's getting a Lincoln Sphere as his next item.
Scotty? Wait, he switched to Lincolns?
It's Lincolns.
I don't mind it, to be honest, because he can't... They can't actually save him through Roar, as we've been saying, so... You got a Venge swap, you got a Roar in the game. There's no other real active way to take it off, so I don't mind it. Sumail did just hit level 25. It'll be interesting to see which talent he gets. Both of Quap's level 25, so very good. I think he's going to get the fear.
He would love to have a quick jump out there. Disruptor, well, they've got Sumail inside the wall. So cancel TP. Sumail very defensive. BKB TPs away. And the left S4 a little bit stranded for a moment.
His BKB's already at 5 seconds, so it's better to be safe than sorry.
Your answer
like
is the fear on the Scream of Pain.
Yeah, I like it. I like his item too. He goes Shiva's into Maelstrom. Helps him scale, but a lot of survivability as well. Ortiz is going to be going for Satanic. Just a little more survivability. He would have lived through that last fight had he had that item completed, of course.
That's playing to win, baby!
So, EG 37 minutes in. Feels like they've got the reins of this game, but TNC also showed they've got a bit more bite. And they're trying to actually get a little bit more control as well from their items. I'm waiting to see what Cuckoo buys. He's got 2.4k gold on him. Mel's already decided that he's going for a Scythe device. So that lockdown control once these BKBs start to wear off. And Raven's got the choice as well. And it looks like he's going to spend the cash. Hawk.
You have to in a game like this. You can't afford to save buybacks. They're just not going to help you if you're TNC. Third Roche is everything now.
Disruptor's going for Aghanim Scepter, so spending the cash for it.
Yeah. I think it's the right choice. It's, you know, they need something that changes the status quo, and that's the only item that Disruptor can really buy to do so.
It would wreck RTZ pretty heavily if he can trap him inside of it. But they're very defensive for their vision for the moment.
I like this. They gave S4 a gem, so he's just running around de-warding with the Hawk. They see the one on the high ground.
5-man smoke. TNC's on the hunt.
EG, though, they're playing discipline, sitting as 5. I've played with Tal before. This is the part of the game where he says, all right, guys, listen to me. It's very easy. Stay as 5. Stand here. Don't throw.
And looks like with the way they're doing it, they've actually got Sumail holding back.
Yep.
So they put down Observer as well as Sentry. The ET Spirit was scouting out. They'll find probably the Observe Ward, thanks to the Necro Book's already been popped off. Yep, they'll take care of the Observe Ward, but here's your wraparound. Through the rear, the Blink, Burrow Strike, it catches out one, the call, and the Storm. It's real nice. Evil Genius, you stayed at 5, but you played into the hands of TNC with a call out. Sonic Wave, a huge whiff. Nothing to be connected on by that. Crit hits BKB, at least protected for a moment, but Arteezy trapped in the trees, surrounded by 3 heroes, locked inside the electric wall, and Arteezy zaps that down. Sumail does the best he possibly can to counter push. He started to creep skip out the mid lane. But this is a horrendous fight for Evil Geniuses.
They got distracted by the D-ward. A classic blunder. Show 3 heroes on it. Everyone's looking right. TNC approaches from the left, although I will say that was an incredible smoke angle and not one you would usually expect. They went all the way around through the river, the long way, and they found a team fight that they desperately needed.
The funny thing is, like, it wasn't even the initiation that came in from the SK that I believe, like really just made EG go, oh crap. It was that Blink called Disruptor Ultimate. Yeah. That's that combination which we were saying, like TNC, if they hit this, then EG's got a world of hurt. And they had 3 heroes in range of that one call Blade Mail.
Yeah, I mean, their spacing was just improper, in truth. If they stand, Venge saves anybody. You just got to sit with one guy on the left, one guy on the right, and just break smokes. Utilize that vision and the high ground advantage, but they got caught out of the lane. But I would again point to, you do not expect that smoke angle from TNC. That was really well done by them.
The very full wraparound. And now it's Evil Geniuses. The Graves get to kick back down again. The experience almost levels out at 0. Which is kind of where this game does feel like, but because you've still got that top racks down for TNC, you're still being pressured on the side, but you've also got this fantastic high ground defense that comes in the form of a gyrocopter.
Yep.
And their synergy and team fights have been really good, and there's that big item. The timing item for TNC, it's Cuckoo's Aghanim Scepter. This is so problematic for Evil Geniuses.
It's a really good item choice from TNC. They're going to go, the Linken's is great. It kind of removes Gyro as a threat in certain ways, and all of a sudden, do you have an Ags Disruptor? You catch anybody now, and Swap isn't there, they're dead 100% to 0.
Well, looks like EG is looking for the initiation. Keep in mind that Roshan will respawn. He's got a minute and a half left on the clock before he'll arrive. The smoke egg is not broken by Tims, but it's like they're chasing the ET Spirit around. Trying to find out where the rest of EG
They're all
is
showing
moved,
on
and
that
they're
EG
coming
ward.
up. They're looking towards Raven. The Hawk is good. The EG Spirit comes out once more, but this appears to be revealing their position every single time. Burrow Strike is there from Tims. Armel, a quick jump in with that exorcism. Needs to do the work, and now they get it out. Fly is going to fall so quickly, and Hesfall, at least he got the raw control for the gyrocopter and the axe. Mel combos with the Sonic Wave. Burrow Strike, epicenter. Tims will try and bring the rain as TNC brings the buyback. Crit and Arteezy, they have to Delta split at the moment. Death Prophet's ultimate still doing too much work. This Aeon Disc just kept him alive. Crit cannot keep up. And TNC, heavy buybacks.
That was really well played by Fly. He knew he was about to die, swaps the gyro to break the Lincolns, which sets up the Beastmaster Roar. They immediately kill him and force buyback. Roche won't be up for 40 seconds. All of a sudden, you're going to take a fight where if you kill the gyro, you're just going to take the game.
They're going to watch for Roshan. Double damage rune in front of the river. Raven just takes it straight away. No delay at all. Understandable when you don't know what time Roshan will spawn. Obviously, we had that info.
Yeah. Incredible job by Armel. I remember he was like 6th in net worth at 2,000. Now all of a sudden he's in 2nd place. Now 1st. He's going to go finish a Hex.
Yep.
That's a big deal because it's one of those, it's not cleansable. There's no real counterplay to a Hex nowadays, and he has the blink on top. So he'll be able to just go in. If he gets that exact same initiation as he had in the previous fight, he would have just killed Arteezy.
Yep. And now he actually gets to add the Hex in as well. So like he's the one with that blink in control. And then like, what are you going to do? You're going to try and kill a Death Prophet? Death Prophet's going to blink, the Aeon Disc is going to trigger, and then you just Eul Scepter up. And so tankable. Like, you've got 25 armor on this DP. As long as you've got Exorcism, TNC have got to have confidence to take the fight, but it's down for 48 seconds. And Roshan is up. And their top lane is being pressured.
Yep.
The Beastmaster sent up the Dark Troll Summoner to keep that pressure on. So Raven had no other choice but to come back.
Yep, Sumail trying to finish a Nullifier before this fight. It's a big deal. Can purge the Yules and the Aeon Disc of the Death Prophet, who's now, I think, really become the issue, maybe even more so than the Gyro. Because of the defensive items, Gyro's purchase no real DPS item. Every slot is for HP.
The Radiant Scan is not pinging positive. TNC, they are still farming inside the jungle, but Evil Geniuses, where are they going with this? The creep wave will push him through top, so unless they're trying to set up a trap where they don't have vision, Sam H is nearby, the pings are close. This is 20 seconds until 9 time, so you've still got that little bit of extra range vision-wise. Sentries everywhere. One of them's going to time out.
It's all about the initiation.
Roshan's alive. They want to just slip in and take this thing.
As long as that top wave is pushed, EG feels good. So they want to continue to play this area. That's where their wards are, and that allows them to get information when TNC is forced to show. And all they need is that 10-second window, and Roche is going to go down.
They see the obs, they'll get rid of that. The vision now for Evil Genius is very heavily pressured towards that northern lane. So at least they can see when TNC is going to retreat to get that defense pushed back out. But a new item as well, Nullifier, has arrived for Sumail. It's becoming more and more powerful. Arteezy's trying to finish up a Skadi.
Another DD.
They're going in. Raven's going to try and make the most of it. The Beastmaster Hawk's giving really good information, however, for Evil Geniuses. And you can see just how wary TNC is of this.
Really big. I mean, it's third Roche. It goes without saying that the winner of this upcoming engagement, whoever takes that Roche, they're probably going to take the game as well.
Well, Ichi making this split push kind of play. So S4's on the bottom lane at the moment.
Yep.
He's shoving in quite hard, and with his ability just to summon up next to creep, so he's going to get a Hellbear Smasher and the Necro Books he summons up.
Yep.
They're going to try and push this bottom lane, create some space, and already Arteezy's making a break for it. He's inside the pit. TNC now have a hard choice. What do you defend?
This is the big advantage of having that shrine.
Glimpse. They pulled in fly. They go for initiation. They just want this Vengeful Spirit dead nice and quickly, and it looks like Armel's able to achieve that. He'll be stunned up. Tim's has already got the defense of the bottom lane under control, and a buyback from Fly instantly.
Beastmaster's free to do this because he can always TP left shrine. No one except for the Sand King with bots is free to split push on TNC. They know he just went bottom. He's got his port up. This is a really good decision as well. If he doesn't buy bots here, TNC just loses this game because they don't have the ability to deal with the lane pressure of EG, but this allows him to play 4-1. They need bots to be able to do so, and he's really the best hero to do so.
The blink in haste of Armel actually allows him to run all the way up to the top lane. He can Shiva's Guard and Crypt Swarm out the wave and then run straight back down to Roshan. So while you don't have bots, you got a fast way for Armel to get the hell out of there. But that's a heavy creep wave, but he already knows he has to come back. And he comes back underneath that Observer Sentry. Mid lane, they get that ultimate off to disrupt the storm. Fly has to sacrifice himself, and he knows it's a pulls back Arteezy, and Sam H is caught. He's doing so much work with that Blade Mail out. Now Arteezy gets to choose his own targets as they disrupt the wall. Can't hold him. S4's there with the ET splitter. The clap, not enough when forced off of Raven. No, the Sonic Wave. It clips him in the back lines, but it's still disastrous for Samael. Brought down 2 minutes without buyback available. Arteezy knows he needs to respawn and get back into this fight. At the same time, that top lane is still adding pressure from Evil Geniuses onto TNC. So it's up to BT's SK to try and defend that. But this buyback from Arteezy has to be worth it. He has to claim Roshan for it.
Yeah, both Gyro and Quap dead without buyback. One advantage is, though, Gyro's is on cooldown. TNC does not know that Sumail is unable to buy back TP because, once again, that left shrine means you take a poor fight. Were he to have buyback, maybe he just wipes you.
Armel.
Great ulti from him to catch Gyro there. Otherwise, he was going to live for sure.
They're walking over towards the pit once more. Disruptor Storm is back off cooldown.
Very tense.
It is. Like, you know, EG just want to slip in there and grab Roshan. And that's exactly where Arteezy's going now. Look at that high movement speed. Both ET's got plus 329 damage, combining with the ultimate. They have found an extra catch out. It's S4 in the mid, but he's distraction. Tim goes in, Burrow Strike. It only connects on Fly, but Cuckoo, his ulti is better. Roshan killed by the ready. Arteezy is the against Immortal. Here comes your representative damage. Can they kill him off in time? Arteezy got all 3 pieces of Roshan that they need to finish off. Arteezy can't find the kill. Limicate protects Cuckoo. The wall, it doesn't get his control just yet. His glimpse, however, pulls back in Arteezy. The quick swap actually pulls him up. Crit is so low on life, but they can't finish the job. They're moving for their new targets. Actually, it's TNC just moving to go home.
Really well played by EG in that engagement.
I cannot believe they didn't lose more. And remember, they did this entire fight without Samael.
Anyone. Yeah, Artur pre-BKBing won that fight because otherwise, Disruptor, if Cuckoo gets that ult off beforehand, he's just going to die in the Roche pit. And you can see the Ion discs as well. Saves both the DP and the Sand King in that fight. And another issue, Death Driver no ultimate there. His level 25 talent, if he doesn't have his Exorcism up, it does nothing for him. Yep. So that's really good decision making from EG because they need to force in the pit there. Otherwise, I think they're really susceptible to just take. You're fighting into DP ult if you don't do it then. So they utilize their window very well.
Just terrific Dota around the fight from both sides. Add more pressure as we go 49 minutes into this game. TNC, they have the advantage back once more. Plus 1k in the gold, even if the graphs can't keep up with us enough. It's actually going further than that. But Evil Geniuses, so they do still have Aegis. They passed on the cheese to the Queen of Pain.
Someone used the refresher shard.
I think it was Arteezy. Yeah, I think it was Arteezy using double BKB. Because he's down to 5 seconds now on that Troll Warlord's BKB. I love how Cuckoo's Glimmer Caping initiation.
You gotta be careful if you're EG. They keep getting caught by these taunts from Sam H.
S4's hiding in the trees in the bottom. Tims loves this type of stuff. Easy split push, easy money. And now he's close to it, but not quite there yet. They're adding a second scythe to their initiation arsenal.
I'd actually like to see him just buy an AC.
I think the SK?
Yeah, someone has to. And he's
over,
really the only hero that can.
Over the double control? Like when you do it,
I think AC is too valuable. You're playing against Elder Titan Venge. I think you need an AC on somebody. You also have both cores are completely reliant on physical damage. I mean, someone's got to buy it, and nobody else can. I don't think double Hex doesn't win the game because you already kill somebody in your initiation, you fear the swap. So unless you get this picture-perfect initiation with a Hex on Venge and your target, it's not going to matter.
Tim's just hiding away. At least he knows he's got the regeneration on this SK when he jumps in. He went for the plus 35 HP regen talent. Anyone actually go the blind?
No. It's going to be a big here. You got the Gyro with the Butterfly queued up and Artur with the Scotty. If he sees the Scotty purchased, he's going to buy
TNC,
Butterfly.
They're smoking up. Fly push down the Observe Ward, TNC. Their vision's a lot more restrictive. They see S4 and then Tims. It's the blink into the Burrow strike. They've caught out S4, so they will bring him down as Ravens, Black Cannon, BKB were taking care of mostly the creep wave as well as the one here, but a quick buyback. TNC, they just want to retreat. Samage left out by himself. He doesn't have Shadow Blade available just now. In fact, they've already got the Sentry Ward down, so Axe will fall. The Gem of True Sight is lost. Not to mention Axe gone for 100 seconds. A window well open for Evil Geniuses.
This is a door, Toby, not a window. He has no buyback for 100. Like, if you're EG, you have Aegis on Troll. You're never going to be fearful here. And eventually they'll realize he has no buyback, and DP ult's about to fade as well.
I think they're trying to keep it a little bit secret. The DP ulti is already back up again. She bought a refresh orb and left it back inside the base. So they actually have her exorcism to go once more and keep this high ground defense up. They're still being pressured on top lane.
EG's not going anywhere. They have BKBs up again, too.
Not to mention the fact that RT's got a crap ton of money. It's about time he bought that Skadi.
And he doesn't have the slot just yet, no need to. They only have Aegis for another 45 seconds, though. Hopefully they've got the clock on it. DP ult down to about 5, but that telegraphs, hey, we have no Axe. Otherwise, you're not going to just
burn the ultimate.
Second DP ult.
RTZ, well, there's your Hex out already, dropping down low, but they jump in. It's Queen of Pain, Sumail after Tims with the ET split up. The Eul Scepter will protect him. Kuku's the one clapped by that one, but he gets the ulti and Storm off. It's over on Sumail. Fly, the sacrificial VS, but they glimpse back Sumail. It's the double Burrow strike. TNC, I love it. I love it. Oh, I love it. Keep going for a little bit more attack. BT a little bit further forward as Tims. Didn't have to go very far for that one, but it's all about the control. Finding S4, they're looking for this second core kill, and they're going to get it. S4 will roar to create a little bit of extra space, but the Rocket Barrage is already out. And Hamel siphons the spirit. You're still 2 lanes of ranks up for Evil Geniuses, so the sacrifice was worth a little bit of the squeeze.
That was flawless from TNC. They buy enough time, they take a great fight. Disruptor once again coming in with a great glimpse, kills the Quap. They get the TP in from Sand King to find the Beastmaster.
The VTs are coming off cooldown in 6 seconds time, so SK can team up with Kuku. He doesn't have the ultimate available, but Armel, here comes your first little glimpse. BKB from Crit. You may as well, it's already down to 5 seconds. But they're bringing the rain. 94 seconds without the Beastmaster available. But they don't have their Axe with them. Currently, SamH is trying to clean up the top lane.
No Quappy, he's not going to want to buy back.
Blink. Oh,
exactly what I feared. Artor bought Skadi, immediately Raven goes for a Butterfly. And now there's no MKB that can come out from the Troll. No one has an MKB on EG all of a sudden. But Raven effectively just has 1,000 more health now. They're going to miss so many attacks.
So much harder to kill. Tims is itching for the fight, so is Disruptor.
Man.
They're not finding it just yet. TNC instead, being slowed down by the ET stomp. Armel, okay, here's the Exorcism. In return, Fortification will slow things down. 3 seconds until Quap.
Is this 2 racks? It's at least 1. Do you fight with Quap alive? I don't think so.
I don't know if you really can, but like, you've still got to worry about the ET stomp. Like, you feel confident without the Beastmaster initiation, but you've got the 2 big damage dealing cores. Okay, they're going to jump in. RTZ, BKB's in time. They do not stop him, and the Sonic Wave is perfect. However, Sumail, so much damage. He hit the Blade Mail of SamH. Fly swapped him out once again. They're keeping the distance away from Tim's epicenter, but the glimpse, they pull back in Sumail. Buyback is available. EG defending the racks. Remember, these side lanes are still pressuring in. So TNC, I don't think they have a choice. They're all going back after forcing 2 buybacks from Evil Geniuses.
That was perfect. That was just the right amount of aggression, something you typically don't see from the SCE region is the incredible aggression, but they also have the discipline to immediately pull back. They went in to force buybacks. They were not going to, they can't go for the jugular. They need the buybacks. Now they set up for the next fight. Hopefully they can win that one, and then they're in a position to win the game. And you can see Satanic hopefully finished by Raven. I would prefer him to have that item over a buyback right now.
EG are hunting so hard. They're looking for any kind of target that allows them to make these buybacks worthwhile. Fly needs something to swap. Do they slip in through bottom lane? Observer Ward is down, but of course the Sentry now reveals the fact that it's there. Armel will come out, the swap. Wow, he put himself in the middle of all of that and instantly goes down. His Aeon Disc was on cooldown. He has buyback available, but that's still a huge kill. Glimpse, Kuku, okay, not pulling anyone back in.
He's got a buyback. They have no glyph. He's got a buyback now.
They got Blink Roar. Looking for that target. Evil Geniuses blink bar strike forward. Tim's able to catch out to Arteezy. Locked inside that storm with Raven turning on the heat. Evil Geniuses. Yep. They were adding the pressure. They wanted the Megas up and running. They at least got the buyback on DP, but at what cost?
Swap was on cooldown, so they just used it offensively to kill the Death Prophet. You got to relax for another 20 seconds. All of a sudden, there's a stun out. The Disruptor Ags. Troll can't do anything. He's going to die.
Yep.
And again, Cuckoo, if he doesn't buy this item, that's not possible. He's going to BKB, he's going to Satanic, and you have no method of killing Troll. Critical item purchase.
15 seconds until Roshan's up. The Beastmaster Hawk sitting on top of it. So Evil Geniuses will be aware of this very early on. Another item which is also arriving is Crit's Scythe. So another Hex going to be added to the field.
Cuckoo's going to see it spawn. Oh, no he's not.
Oh, no one sees it spawn. The Hawk
oh, he got the last tick of vision.
Wait, what, really?
Yeah.
That claps in even after the target's dead, of course?
Yep, it lingers.
Did TNC look at it though? Like,
yes, he pinged it. He knows. He knows.
All right.
Now you got to go Force Roche if you're TNC. You got to. You got to make it happen.
I love Disruptor is going E-Blade.
Yep, dude, it's perfect. We can talk about why the Ags was great for, that's easy to understand. But E-Blade pretty much counters the Roar. It counters the 12 BKB because you just pop it on the guy that gets initiated on. EG's damage output is effectively all physical.
Evil Geniuses have to hold the line against TNC having Refresher, Cheese, and Aegis. They are not contesting this Roshan at all. Gyrocopter's has already opened up his inventory spot. He'll take the Aegis. I don't think Refresher Shard needs to go onto the Death Prophet, but they're going to do it anyway.
There's no one else that can really utilize
it. I think she's going to use it straight away anyway, and then go for the Refresher Orb, so they can just push with double DP ulti.
We will see. It could work, but there's also no real need. You can see Hex finished on the Sand King. And TNC is just playing so well. EG's played a great game as well, but it's just... I point to Cuckoo. If there's an MVP, it's Cuckoo 100% in this game. The plays, the item decisions.
Yeah. I think it's also just the synergy with the way it works. Like, it's Cuckoo able to get the storms off, but it's Sam H who's been the one who's going to hold them there in the position at the very beginning.
How about Tim's 4th in net worth? 2,000 gold behind Arteezy as the 4.
33 assists out of the 50 kills that TNC's got. TNC is such a team game team. But now EG, the testing moment. Arteezy's already got a homing missile coming towards him. Raven, he's being the bait. He's got both Satanic as well as the Aegis Immortal, so he's feeling pretty confident. The Glimpse just playing with Arteezy.
And the Ags Disruptor makes him so afraid.
They have to go back, bottom lane.
Yep.
Like, that's so many range creeps are going to start ripping apart their tier 4 towers and the rest of their internal base, and they're not achieving anything fast enough against Evil Geniuses.
They just didn't have it set up right. You just need Sand King in the bottom lane. He has bots too, so he can just pour it in whenever the fight begins. Run around his 4 if you're TNC, look for an engagement. But again, they didn't have DP ult. They don't want to use that Refresher Shard right away, so no reason to dive base for another 30 seconds. Catch the lanes, relax, set up for a good team fight.
Oh, Sam H is on the hunt once more. Shadow bladed up. Necro units taking care of all the extra vision they've got for the Glimpse. They find Fly, and they'll pull him in. Yeah, with no buyback, he's got 1 charge. That won't save him in this situation.
That's the perfect kill. So now you initiate on anybody, you pop the Disruptor ult, they're dead. All you need is a Sand King stun on either Quap or the ET. They're going to die without buyback, and if you're TNC, you're not losing any fight that's 5-on-3.
I think they're still concerned about top lane. They're pinging that out too. Tim's is the man who's been in charge of just keeping everyone at bay on the side lanes, plus 160 for everybody thanks to the 60-minute bounty runes.
I'd like to see them just play aggressive. They don't need to be this concerned about their lanes. You can just take a fight. 60-second window, no Venge. That means no save. DD popped. Maybe that's what they're waiting for. All of a sudden, Raven can just walk in. Has the Ag still. Double attacking.
You'd like to. They're still a little concerned about the initiation that can come in from S4. Their creep waves don't stay alive for very long. Fortification is still available for the Radiant if they want to buy some time, but against that double damage of Raven, the ET Stomps aren't doing the work. And mid-ranks is totally taken up at the top lane. Still pushed him. SK's in retreat. The man to defend it. He's such a good defender as well with Caustic Finale against these big waves. But Evil Geniuses, they're coming out to try and fight. They have their own Observe Ward. They understood that TNC were moving over towards the Shrine, so they need this quick jump.
I don't know if you don't want to go on Gyro with Aegis, Stoey.
You don't. You kind of want to kill the Axe off if that's possible, but you don't have that opportunity either. And they just keep running out. Evil Geniuses, they look towards the bottom lane now, but you've still got everyone apart from the SK on bottom. And SK can BT in. In fact, that's exactly what he's doing now. This is the 5v5 fight that EG do not want to take.
And this is great positioning from Raven.
Oh, Blink. He's going to catch him. Sam H, the EG Spirit's already down. Silenced up for the moment. It's just the Orchid. Here comes Tims, blinking forward, able to get that initial Hex over onto S4. Arteezy hit the back line, but can't find the target. It's like Glimmercape doing the work. The EG Splitter, S4. Damn, he survived for so long. He can at least fight back. But he'll have to TP in. He does it. The Shrine is still up and available. Fly wants to get the hell out of here, but it's rather difficult. He has Swap available, but no buyback. Yep. So this TP over from S4, it doesn't find any real openings they're hoping for.
You can't kill Gyro anymore, Toby. You can't kill the DP either.
They're going to refresh a shot onto Death Prophet. She's actually got 3 ultimates that can go back to back. Blink in further forward. It's the call on the crit, pulling him out. The Storm is nice too, but he's on the edge of it. The BKB and Cheese. Crit's able to use both of it. Roar out from S4. You bounce it back again, but Samael, he has no Sonic Wave, but the ET Splitter creating more and more space. Crit's at least doing work from the sidelines, but Raven turns on the flag cannon. S4, this will be a dieback from him, especially when Tim get the Evan impulses. S4 knew there was nowhere to go. The Crimson Guard could not protect him anymore. And the wall, it's hit the target. The glimpse back Arteezy. He couldn't get up the hill into regeneration safety. Having to buy back. They're looking for the bottom lane of Rax. TNC. How many more X's have we got? We've got one more available. It's the Refresher Shard that's available. ET Splitter from the Stomp. Samael jumps in, looks for the Nullifier. It's out right now on Sam H. They want this Axe down. They can't do the work. As well, Troll Warlord, he can't connect. How many misses does he just have then against Raven? The Flag Cannon turns on and nothing is missing. It's only sleeping, but the dieback, it's there from Arteezy. And this is more than problematic. This could actually be the game. The Tier 4 town's being attacked by the creep wave to push it through the top. So TNC's base is in trouble. The EG have no one left to defend their own base. So SK can TP back. He'll keep the exposed Dire Ancient alive, that no one else can go and jump in there and do the work. TNC, they're going to take these last towers, expose the Radiant Ancient, and they'll take game 1.
You can see just better itemization from TNC. I can see no flaws in the way they chose to build their heroes this game. They didn't necessarily have the win conditions, but they purchased the right items and they gave them to them. The lack of MKB and Artur is going to come back to haunt them. Good play from both teams. I again just point to Cuckoo. The disruptor, the glimpses, the ults, like he was the X factor, and I think he's responsible for 10, at least 10, maybe even 15 kills. And in a game that ends 59-33, you're 2 racks and 3 tier 3s down. I mean, they needed everything they could get.
Yeah. I just love the way it works out. Like, okay, 59 kills in total for TNC. The average assists is about 30, only brought down by the guys who are actually finding the kills. Raven with 21, 5, 25. This guy was involved in practically everything. It's just an amazing performance from TNC all around. Yeah.
I got nothing else to say. I'm curious to see
Let's
game
find
4.
some people who actually have something to say before game 2. Hi, panel.
Hi, indeed. Toby and Kyle with the commentary of game 1, and we will, of course, return to our pair for game number 2. What an interesting game we've just had. Back and forth between the two teams. EG seemingly not able to win a team fight to save their lives, and TNC seemingly not able to take any objectives on the map. Finally, after 50+ minutes, though, one team has finally won the game. But how did we get there? Well, that's the question these 3 men are going to answer right now. Gods, what did you make of that?
It's one of those Death Prophet games where you fight around the ultis, you look good, you win team fights, you don't have it, and you lose towers, you lose Roches. EG were taking Roche after Roche, but TNC really understood just how to take the key fights with that Death Prophet Exorcism for me.
Yeah, and I guess in the same way, EG kind of frustrated for them, really, because every time they went anywhere near a team fight, they were just like, oh, God, we're all dying again.
I mean, they kind of owned the Roche Pit, though, for
they did own the Roche Pit for the first 30 minutes.
TNC got off to a really good start. I thought the pace of the game was definitely in their favor. Raven was like 9-0 at the beginning of the game. But if you look at the net worth at like 20 minutes, it's just Raven, and then it's 3 EG players after. So they were actually being very efficient in the farming for EG.
This is a great example, though, Henrik, isn't it? About, you know, they won the Roche, they got the Roche, great, awesome. they got out and they all got murdered outside that Roche pit.
Yeah, this TP is just destroying them. They can't fight into it, and these Aeon discs are making it so hard. Eventually, when they get it, of course, is they can't kill DP, they can't kill Sand King. The fight goes on for too long, and you got a DP with perma haste. You can't beat that. It's ridiculous how powerful. Meanwhile, 25 Troll, he dispels when he holds. Like, it's so bad compared to it. It's unbelievable how good that haste is. Ridiculous.
You're gonna dispel a silence when you're. Oh wait, you can't use your ult when you're silence.
I don't know what you're gonna use that for.
Yeah, but TNC, it just felt like every time they fought, it felt like they were winning. But if they make one small mistake, which they made probably 2 times, EG just destroys their base. Troll, Beastmaster by themselves will just destroy anything. So they're up 2 barracks like 40 minutes in the game. It just felt like very back and forth. And finally, TNC was able to get that Roshan, that 4th one, I believe, to get the refresher shard.
Gods, do you feel like this is a game that EG could or should have won?
Could have won. I wouldn't say fully should have won, but it really feels like one of those things, you know, like we make our predictions at the end of the draft. It's like you don't feel like, oh yeah, I was so right about my prediction, like saying TNC was going to win that. That really was 50-50 game. Could have gone either way if a few different plays just happened another way. So really, yeah, it could have been an EG win.
Yeah, I gotta say, I felt EG played so sloppy this game. They made so many mistakes, and the top lane, you know, I don't want to flame Esper too much, but he died so much in that lane. Gyro, as you said, 9-0 super early. And Esper didn't get so many good ults off. He was often caught out and just died, running into some fight, dying. And at least Sumail played very well laning phase. He absolutely destroyed the DP in the laning phase, and I thought they would kind of snowball with that and play around that, hey, you know, I got mana. As for, let me know when you're baiting them, I'll TP in and kill them, but they just fed top. And it never
something
happened.
you come to expect, though, with this team, the fact that they haven't really played together very much. I mean, 2 of the players are brand new, one of which is a captain. I kind of expect them to be sloppy because they have the individual skill. Like you said, Sumail just destroyed his lane. Doesn't need help in a lot of these games, but when it comes to team fight, late game management, EG just didn't have it. I thought their lineup was actually easier to execute overall, but they didn't take advantage of the windows that they had.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that, Henrik? I mean, is it fair to say that team chemistry is going to be a struggle to start with?
I don't think so. Not with these players. Esper already played with Arteezy. They know each other. They know how to play Dota. And, you know, losing Beastmaster Venture against Sand King Gyro so hard, like, that's not meshing or anything. They should know how to play that. They should not lose that badly, dying so much there. So I don't like that. I think it's just an excuse. You mesh really quickly. You know how to play Dota.
I kind of look at it as like the original Secret that was put together. Very good on paper. Some of them even played together previous, like Puppy and Kuroki. But it took them, what, like 3 months, I want to say, to actually be effective in tournaments? I'm not saying that's the case here, necessarily, because it's literally the first week. But I think chemistry is a big deal.
Yeah, we all know how that Secret turned out in the end, because they were dominant for a good period after that as well, leading up to that TI. Gods, do you take what Henrik says and what Shannon says, and where do you fit? Somewhere in the between, maybe? I don't know. Is it chemistry? Do you expect them to just have chemistry, or is there nothing to do with it?
New team, first games playing together, they're jet lag, you know, insert other NA excuse, you know. It's there's plenty of reasons why, guys. Just give them some time.
Okay.
It's not the right McDonald's.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotta get the right one. You know?
Yeah, I think it's more chicken nuggets for Arteezy. Let's take a look at the scoreboard for you as to how this all mapped. There's plenty of kills in here as well. Plenty for the neutrals in this one. Shannon and I was fun to watch, wasn't it?
Yeah, that
90-odd kills in the game.
I mean, it was a very strange game, right? Because you look at the scoreboard, it's 50 to, like, what was it, 29 at one point, and just felt like very back and forth. It's just like small windows of opportunity that either team could take. I thought the time when Arteezy was still building his Battle Fury was a time that TNC could have taken over the game, but they ended up getting the Battle Fury on Arteezy. They got a BKB super fast afterwards and started fighting nonstop and controlling Roshan with, I mean, we kind of talked about this off panel with Bulldog and Gods, but ET is just a disgusting hero when you're defending Roche, defending high ground. I actually don't know what you do half the time. You have to abandon.
For the more casual view out there, it's quite hard to see what ET does on the screen.
Yeah.
Henrik, isn't it? Explain why.
What he does for Roche, first of all, is you just send an illusion and you get a vision, first of all. So you cannot hit, because then they come when they want, the opponents. And you also stun them when you want. It's just so hard, the vision it gives. And the stun. So you always have to be afraid you can't commit, because then the stun comes, then they follow up with some combo and you die. So it's that spirit is really scary.
Gods?
Yeah, I think ET looked very good. I think the Troll looked very poor. I know it was a pick like Kyle when he saw it was like, this does not feel like a Troll game. He ends the game 7 and 11. That's your Battle Fury farming carry, and he goes 7 kills, 11 deaths. Like,
I think that was
let you down.
Pretty big mistake going Battle Fury, in my opinion. You could just go the standard, like, the hero farm's really fast without that. You just go Sunshine Yasha, maybe, or just Yasha into BKB, or even Mask of Madness BKB. You just BKB, use your spells, Mask of Madness, you just destroy people. And it took him so long to get active. They had so much spell damage. He needed to be able to fight. And there was for a period there, he didn't do anything because he had Battle Fury, and the enemy they got kind of back a little bit and got a little bit of an advantage.
Yeah, he did get turned into a little piggy quite a lot in the game, though.
Yeah. Yeah, if you go late game, any carry gets like that. He needs to run up and hit them. 5 seconds later, you get perma-piggied.
But having said that, I think we kind of mentioned it. Let's pretend Eon Disc is not in the game. I think EG wins this game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the
insane.
MVP for this was the Aeon Disc.
Ice Frog for creating.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's one of those times when it was added, it didn't look like this was buffing certain heroes, but Death Prophet got directly buffed by that item being added to the game.
Yeah. Seriously, though, who do we give the MVP to? Are you unanimous here? Is it Armel? Is it Raven? Or is it Tim's? Because the Sand King was pretty effective in that game,
I like
too.
Tim's quite a lot. He got super farm. Got some really good ults. The Hex usage, he never died. Also, like, he got the Aeon Disc. Just super annoying to play against it.
Yeah, he was. That's exactly right. He was very annoying in this game to play because he seemed to be everywhere. And then they had that, I don't know, it was a fight down in their own jungle at one point where he had like a sliver of health. He got a burrow strike on 3 of them, which then 2 of them then died. They still tried to kill him and still couldn't kill him. He got another burrow strike. It was, just kill the guy.
Yeah.
He was key, how elusive he was. I really like Kuku on the Disruptor. I think his Ags coming into play was a big part of the win as well. But yeah, Tim's was fantastic.
Match MVP for Tim's in that particular game. Right then, I think we should take a quick break.